All right, it is time to spin for our next stitch. So for the sake of variety, there are 7 different types of stitches in this book, which I showed at the beginning of this project. And so far we've spun and we haven't had any repeat of the types of stitches. So to keep it consistent and for variety, I think I'm going to go through and we'll spin each of the 7. And when we spin it, it comes off the list until we've done a stitch pattern from each of the 7 different types of stitches. And then we'll restart with the 7. So that is why there's only 2 on this wheel. And so these are the 2 types of stitches we haven't done yet. So we got clusters, popcorns, bobbles, puffs, and nups. Let me know if y'all think this is dumb or if y'all would rather go back to spinning for all 7 at a time. Okay, so this is the category that we got. And let me spin for a stitch number. We rolled 162, which is called Slanted Bobbles. And so for this one, I'm actually going to roll for 2 colors so that we can have our background color and then our bobbles will pop out in a different color. So I'm going to spin for our colors. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do for this row is attach our new color, which is linen for the first part. And once we have this attached, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And the first thing that we need to do is do a row of single crochets all the way across. So I'm not going to video this, so we're just going to get that done. And then after that, I'll meet you at the end and we'll do the first row of the actual pattern. So single crochet all the way across, you should have 181 stitches. Okay, once you get to the end of the row with your single crochets, you are going to chain 2. We're staying in the linen color for right now. So chain 2. And we're going to turn the work. Okay, and then we are going to do a half double crochet in the first stitch. Okay, mark that one with your stitch marker. And then we're going to half double crochet all the way across. So this row is just a row of half double crochets. Okay, we're going to do that all the way down. When we get to the end of this row, you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to chain 2, turn, and you're going to do a second row of half double crochets in the same color. So this row and the next row are the exact same. And so I'll do this one and then the next one, and then meet me back at the end of the next row. Okay, once you finish your 2 rows of half double crochets, we are going to start the rows of our bobble stitches. Okay, so we did a row of single crochets, a row of half double crochets, and another row of half double crochets. Make sure that starting with this round, you're working on the right side of your blanket. So if you've altered any of these stitches at all, that's fine. But if you're not on the right side of the blanket, you need to do an extra row of half double crochets to make sure that you are starting this side or this row with the right side facing up. All right, so what we're gonna do is, this is an 18 stitch repeat, okay? So it's broken down into 3 stitches at a time, but there's 18 stitches in the repeat. So you're gonna do 3 half double crochets. I'm going to mark this one as the first stitch here. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3. So that's our first set of 3. We're going to do 3 more half double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do 1 more set of 3. So 3 more half double crochets. 2, 3. Now, for the next 3 repeats, it's going to be 2 half double crochets and a bobble stitch, 2 half double crochets and a bobble stitch, 2 half double crochets and a bobble stitch. So we'll do 2 half double crochets, 1, 2. On this one, don't pull your yarn through. We're going to switch colors to our aubergine. So we'll attach it the same way we did before. We have our 3 loops on the hook. We grab our aubergine and we pull through. Now, when we switch our colors here, we still need to be working over the linen color or the first color for whatever you chose, so that when we pick back up after our bobble stitch to do our next 2 half double crochets, we have our linen to do that with. So just hold the linen right behind the stitches here, and we're just going to yarn right over it. Now this is a slanted bobble stitch, so it's kind of special, and we're not going to be working into the next stitch. So here's our next stitch. We are going to be working around the body of the half double crochet directly below our stitch. So for this bobble, we are going to yarn over, and instead of inserting into the stitch here, we are going to find the half double crochet directly below it. We're going to put our hook down and come back up behind the body. So the body of our half double crochet is over our hook here, okay? Then we're gonna yarn over and pull up a loop. Pull this one up pretty tall because you want it to be about the same height as your row of stitches. And we're gonna yarn over and pull through 2. Now this is the first part of our bobble. We are going to work this same thing 4 more times. So yarn over, insert behind the body of the half double, come up the other side, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, we're going around the body of this half double. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So you have 4 loops on your hook. We need to do this 2 more times. So yarn over, go around the body of this half double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then 1 more, yarn over around the body of the half double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2. So now you should have 6 loops on your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To finish the bobble, we're going to yarn over and pull through all 6. However, we're going to continue with our linen color. So we're going to drop this aubergine behind the pattern or behind the stitch. So we drop it, we're going to hold it with our finger, and we're going to pick up our linen color. Okay, so we're picking up the linen and we're going to pull through all 6 of the loops on our hook. Okay. From here, we're going to jump straight into the next part of the pattern. So if you flip this over and look, this is the stitch that we just missed. It's right in line with our bobble. So this will be the next stitch that we're working into. We're going to do the same thing, and we're going to carry our bobble color. So hold it right underneath the back part of these stitches here, and we're just going to stitch right over the top of it. And we're going to repeat that 3 stitch repeat. So we're going to yarn over and do a half double crochet. Make sure that you catch your aubergine color or your bobble color. Okay, so there's a half double crochet. We're going to do another one. Half double crochet. On this one, this is our pattern repeat, right? So we did 2 half doubles in a bobble, 2 half doubles in a bobble. So we're going to switch colors again. So drop your background color, pick up your bobble color, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Okay, pull this one down tight. So same thing for this bobble. We're not going to go into the stitch. We're going to go into, make sure you can see it. We're going to go into, or around, I should say, the body of the half double directly below the stitch. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, make sure that our linen is right behind these stitches here. We're going to yarn over. We're going to go directly below this stitch, and we're going to go down and up around the body of the half double directly below it. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back behind the body of the half double, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do that 3 more times. So yarn over, go around the body of the half double, yarn over. Hold on just a second, let me get untangled a little bit. Okay, so we yarned over, pull up that loop nice and tall, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over behind the body of the half double, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. One more time, yarn over around the body of the half double, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We should have 6 loops on our hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to put down our aubergine color and pick up our white color or our body color. And we're going to pull through all 6 of those loops. We're going to take our aubergine color and make sure we're hiding it right behind these stitches here. Okay, we're going to yarn over. Oops, let me make sure I'm in the right one here. Okay, so remember this one right behind the bobble is the one that we skipped to make the bobble, so we need to go into this one right here. So we're going to yarn over, insert our loop, make sure our aubergine is right behind us, pull up a loop, pull through all 3, and then again, insert, pull up. We're going to switch colors here, back to the aubergine, pull through these 3. Okay, we're going to go directly below the next stitch in around this half double body. So here's our stitch. We're going right below it. We're going to yarn over, go down below the body, come up the other side, yarn over, pull up a nice tall loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to repeat that 4 more times. Oops, pull through 2. Okay, so we have 6 loops on our hook. We are going to switch colors back to our linen color here. This is the stitch that we skipped. So this is the stitch we need to go into. Oh, I'm sorry, pull through first and then go into that stitch. So we had 6 loops on our hook. We yarned over with our background color, pulled through all 6. So that is our 18 stitch repeat. So we're going to start over from the beginning and we're going to do 3 sets of 3 half doubles, and then we're going to do 3 sets of 2 half doubles bobble stitch, 2 half doubles bobble stitch, 2 half doubles bobble stitch. And we're going to do this all the way down the row. For this whole row, you'll need to carry the aubergine with us so that when we get to our next set of bobbles, we're ready to go. The other option for that is you could cut the aubergine here, and then you could do your next, 9 half doubles. And then when you start your next pattern with the bobbles, you can reattach it. That's just more ends to weave in. So if that doesn't bother you and you don't want to carry your yarn, then you can snip it and then continue on. I'm going to carry it because I don't want to be sewing in a whole lot of ends here. Okay. So I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show you that whole pattern repeat because you can just rewind the video. But I will show you one more time how to carry yarn with just these next 9 stitches. So we're working with our background color, which is, for me, is the linen. Okay, if we look behind this bobble, this is the stitch that we skipped. Right behind the bobbles, this is the stitch that we skipped. So this is the one that we're going to work into. And so we're going to yarn over, insert our hook. Our aubergine is going to be carried directly behind these 2 stitches here. Yarn over, pull through all 3. So that is 1. Same thing, it's just right behind the V is our aubergine color. Okay, so this is 2. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, I didn't catch it on that one. 9. Okay, so that is our set of 3 half doubles. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to start the bobbles again. So I'm going to do 2 half double crochets and a bobble, 2 half double crochets and a bobble, 2 half double crochets and a bobble. But you can see how you don't see the maroon peeking through here. And so I didn't have to weave in extra ends back here. You will see it on the back, which is why we want to make sure we're working on the front so that our bobbles are on the front and so that we don't see this on the back. But on the front, you don't see that being carried. So go ahead and repeat this all the way down the row and then meet me back at the end. Okay, once you get to the end of this row, you'll finish with the bobble repeat, and then you will have 1 stitch left to do 1 half double crochet. So you'll do your last half double crochet, and then we are going to go ahead and cut the maroon or the bobble stitch color. So we'll snip that off, and then so after we snip that off, you're going to chain 2. You're going to turn the work, and then we are going to half double crochet all the way across. Okay, so after we chain 2 and turn, you're going to put your first half double crochet into the first stitch of the row. And we're going to mark that as our first stitch. Okay, our second stitch is going to go into the top of our bobble. So that is number 2. Then you'll have 2 half doubles. And then you'll put 1 into the top of the bobble here. And then 2 half doubles. Oops. Okay, 1 in the top of the bobble. And then you just continue that all the way down. So you're going to do this entire row of half double crochets and then meet me back at the end. Okay, when you get to the end here, we are going to chain 2 and turn. So 1, 2. Okay, and then this row is going to be kind of the opposite of the previous bobble round. So previously we did 3 sets of 3 half doubles and then 3 sets of 2 half doubles, bobble, 2 half doubles, bobble, 2 half doubles, bobble. So we're going to flip-flop that this time. And we are going to do 2 half double crochets. So 1 and 2. We're going to mark this first stitch. Okay, so we did 1, 2, and now we're going to do a bobble. So we need to attach our bobble color. And you make the bobbles the exact same way as you did the last time. So we're going to attach it by not pulling through that stitch that I just pulled through. So I'm going to undo it and redo this one. So this is our second half double. We're not going to yarn over and pull through. We're going to attach our bobble color. Okay, and then the bobbles are, like I said, the same as before. So instead of doing our bobble into the next stitch here, we are going to go directly below it, and we are going to do our bobble around the body of the half double from the previous row. Okay, so yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We do that 4 more times. One more. Okay, so you should have 6 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then instead of yarning over to pull through, we're going to switch colors back to our background color. So you pick up the white, pull through all 6, and then go on to your next stitch with a half double. Again, don't forget that we need to carry our bobble color, so hold that behind the stitches. Do 2 half doubles. On the second one, switch back to your bobble color. And then you'll do the same thing for your bobble. So you don't go to the stitch, you go around the half double from the row before. And so you just repeat this pattern. Again, remember, it's just the opposite of the last time we did it. So instead of doing the half doubles and finishing with the bobbles, you're gonna do the bobbles and finish with the half doubles. So again, you should have 3 bobbles where you did 2 half doubles, bobble, 2 half doubles, bobble, 2 half doubles, bobble, to get you to your 3 total. And then you're gonna do 9 half double crochets, and then you'll repeat that all the way down the row. So go ahead and finish this row and then meet me back at the end and I will show you what this row looks like, and then we'll have one more row to finish off this stitch pattern, and then we'll move on to our next stitch after that. Okay, when you get to the end of this row, you would have just done your 3 bobbles, and then you would have 9 single crochet or half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so you're gonna finish with doing 1 half double crochet in the last stitch of the round or of the row. So you're gonna end with 1 half double crochet into the last stitch of the row. Okay, and then we are going to snip our bobble color. Get that out of the way. And then we are going to chain 2 and turn. And then the final row of this stitch is super simple. It's just a row of half double crochets. So starting in the same stitch as our chain, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, pull through all 3, mark that stitch as our first half double. And then we're just going to half double all the way across, and you should end this row with 181 stitches. So go ahead and do that and meet me back at the end. Okay, so once you get to the end of this row, you have 181 stitches. We're going to snip our color because we are done with this stitch pattern. And then I'm going to put a stitch marker in to hold my place. Let's flip it over and see what we're looking like. All right, so this is pretty cool looking with the bobbles that go every other row. So here's what our blanket's looking like so far. Tell me what you think. I'm kind of not loving how the colors are working out, so we'll see what it looks like. Maybe if we can get another row of this peacock or another row of the jelly bean. I'm kind of feeling like I want to take it apart and do a new scrap blanket, like start with true scraps and not just these 5 colors, just pull random colors from my stash and put them together and see what happens. But you let me know, do you think we should redo it with true scraps, or do you think we should keep going with these 5 colors?